Hello everyone, this is Dr. Daniel Barth for our good friends at Woodland Hills Camera and Telescope. As an astronomy teacher of 40 years experience, the question I'm asked most often, how do I help someone else get started in astronomy? People do ask for themselves, but most often, a parent, a spouse, someone comes up and says, oh my gosh, my wife has gotten so interested in the James Webb Space Telescope, she now wants to do astronomy in our backyard. How do I help her get started? Is it going to be big, expensive, cumbersome, difficult to use? No. Getting started in astronomy can be simple, easy, and very affordable. Let me introduce you to my favorite instrument for the new astronomer. This, friends, is an 8x40 binocular. And you might say, gosh, it's so small. Can you really do astronomy with a binocular that size? Oh yes, you can. Let me give you an introduction. 8x40. The 8 is magnification. This binocular will bring things 8 times closer to you, make them appear 8 times bigger. In the night sky, it'll let you see thousands more stars than you can pick up with your naked eye. The 40 refers to the front objective lens. This is a 40 millimeter lens, about 1 3/4 inches if you're using standard American units. This binocular, you might be surprised, is plenty big enough to let you see stars, double stars, nebula, star clusters, the moon, all sorts of craters, and track down moons of Jupiter and other exciting objects. Now, you might be thinking, gee, if I'm using a binocular like this, wouldn't bigger be better? Isn't more magnification? Can 8 power really do the job? Yes, it can, because 8 power, unlike very high power binoculars, gives you a lovely wide field of view. Much easier to find the Big Dipper if you can see more than one star at a time. But couldn't I go a little bigger? Well, what if we just doubled it? Here, this bad boy is a 15x70, roughly twice the size of this one. But this weighs over 3 pounds. It's like holding up a brick. It gets very fatiguing over a long time. Big binocular like this is going to require a tripod and an adapter, more expense, more weight. The great thing about a small pair of binoculars, these are what astronomers refer to as grab and go. They're so lightweight and compact that they're easy to take out and use. There's no setup time. There's just one focus wheel, set it and forget it. And you think to yourself, okay, if I'm going to go out with a binocular, how will I know what I'm seeing? Well, for that, friends, you need a map. Look, here's one now. This is what we call a planisphere. Now, this is a map of the night sky, and you might say, doesn't look like a AAA map to me. No, it's not. Most regular highway maps we read this way. Of course, a map of the night sky, we're going to read holding it up above our head. This is easy to use. It has one ring with time of day and another with calendar date. So if this is August 1st and you're going out observing tonight at 9 o'clock, you just line up the 9 p.m. ring with the August 1st spot, and there you go. It now shows you the stars in the sky exactly as they appear. But we're going to be out in the dark. You're quite right. If you're going to be out in the dark, you're going to need some sort of a red LED light. This is daytime, so I'm hoping you can see this, but this is a small LED light. Why red? Red doesn't mess with your night vision. And I know some people are saying, gee, there's an app for that, Doc. Yes, but a smartphone is basically a big flashlight. You don't want to hold a big flashlight shining right into your eyes while you're trying to see the lovely things in the dark night sky. So the red light is a necessity. Well, if we've got our map and we know where we're looking, everybody who's a new astronomer runs into that wall. They observe, they watch for a week or so. Gee, that's the moon. Saturn's in the same place it was last night. Okay, that's Scorpio. What do I do now? Where do I go from here? You might be thinking you're going to need to search out and find, an astronomy class or a professor, or it's going to be hard. Again, no, it needn't be. Let me introduce you to my latest book, Star Mentor. I've taught astronomy to thousands over almost 50 years in the classroom and laboratory. This is 40 years of laboratory and observing experience boiled down just for you. One of my reviewers said, it's like a conversation with an old friend, and a telescope, someone who's always ready to help. I took this book and I organized activities starting from the most basic and going up to more advanced. It's divided by the season of the year. It'll show you how to observe stars, double stars, even galaxies and star clusters. And more importantly, you'll know something about what you're looking at. And this will bring your astronomy game up from raw beginner to experienced amateur in no time. There's more than 50 activities here. They're divided by season, spring, summer, winter, and fall. So plenty to do, plenty to keep your loved one, an astronomy enthusiast, amused, entertained, and still engaged. Now, I can hear people saying right now, gee, what if I go buy a pair of binoculars like this and after a while, my son, daughter, husband, wife just doesn't like astronomy anymore? Well, I can't hardly imagine that happening. I've been setting hearts afire for astronomy all my life. But if that happens, one nice thing about a pair of binoculars like this, it's so small and so light, you won't hesitate to grab it, to take it with you, to go birding, hiking, hunting. Take them to a ball game, and they're light enough to pack in your suitcase when you're on vacation. So friends, if you want to get someone started in astronomy with a pair of binoculars, a map, and a guide, you can do all of this for about $200. Now, can you get something that's too cheap or the wrong thing? Well, not if you call my good friends at Woodland Hills Camera and Telescope. They have a wide variety of binoculars and telescopes in stock, and they're going to make sure you get the right product for you. Something that's going to excite you, inspire you, and delight you for years to come. So don't wait. Call my good friends at Woodland Hills Camera and Telescope and start your astronomy adventure today.